Yo, what's good with y'all? Welcome back to another video. So today it's gonna be a little different type of video. I'm going to be going over my entire story from, I wanna say like a year and a half ago to where I am now. Literally like everything in between, all the details, business models that I've tried, success, failures. So just kind of everything. Just doing a little reflection. Pretty cool for me too. To this morning, I was like just thinking and looking back at like everything over the past year and a half. I'm like, damn, like I've come a long way. So I just wanted to make a YouTube video, kind of document it, what my life looked like literally like a year and a half ago, and then basically the entire journey up until now. I'm sorry if you could hear the train too. It's low-key hella loud. I don't know if y'all could hear it. I don't even know if y'all could see it. But yeah, so let's dive right into it. So starting off, well, I'll take y'all like all the way back, like freshman year, like kind of my whole journey when it comes to entrepreneurship, online business. So starting, I'll say freshman year was when COVID hit for me. So freshman year, and I feel like any kid like wanted to get into online business, or, you know, like when 2016 drop shipping, or, you know, there was crypto, like there was so day trading, there were so many different business models that like I feel like caught our attention. So I was always like wanting to get into online business. So freshman year, boom, COVID hits. I had just moved actually too. So I had just moved, I'm at a new spot, COVID hits, I'm not going to school. I started getting into like stocks and like stock trading. I would like wake up, watch this one YouTuber who would like basically post like, oh, these stocks to buy. And honestly, I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't have the skill set. I was just kind of like going off of what bro was saying. So I remember like investing into stocks. I opened up a Robinhood account. Pops let me like use his social. I opened up a Robinhood account, threw some money in there. At the time I was working, so I was able to fund it through that. I was working. I had invested into some stocks. And it's crazy too, because I was like getting really into it, and I had told my pops too, like, hey, like I'll invest for you as well. And he ended up giving me like 1,000 of his own money to invest like for him. And I remember I put it into some stocks, and then a couple months it just stocks just tanked. So I low-key cooked, bro, but it's all good. I'm about to bless him. So, but anyway, so I put money into some stocks, and that was, I mean, obviously you're not gonna get rich putting your money into some stocks like that, right? I was like 14, 15 years old, so that didn't really do anything for me. At this time I was playing football, which I feel like I want to touch on this because I feel like this like translated over so well to business. So my freshman year was COVID, and bro, I was working like a dog, bro. Like I remember, and this is kind of like when I knew, like looking back, this is like, okay, I knew I really had it, because it was COVID. This is when everyone was just like getting like fat. I remember everyone was just kind of off diet, and I remember there was a certain time period, bro, where I was so hungry and I was so like dedicated to the sport, bro. I was literally waking up. I would wake up at 5 in the morning. I would go train at the gym we had like a little home gym, a little garage gym. I would go train, and then I would do some of like my online work. And then I remember I had a session during like lunchtime, like midday. I would go on like a run or like speed training. And then like in the afternoon, I would do like another workout. I would go to the field with my pops, and I would just, bro, literally just try to get better, run routes, footwork. Like I was just working. And I saw that pay off. So that was kind of like my first, like looking back, like that's why I'm like, damn, like I really knew, like I had that mindset. So boom, that was freshman year. I was in the stocks, but nothing really. Fast forward to maybe like my junior year, I wanted to get into drop shipping just like everyone, but never really committed to it, never dedicated myself. I watched a couple YouTube videos, couple courses. I tried setting up like a Shopify website and everything, but never like actually got it off the ground. So that was like junior year. And then senior year, I remember I wanted to start a clothing brand. Just like I feel like everyone's always, you know, had that idea of starting a clothing brand. So I want to start a clothing brand. Same thing, never really got it off the ground. Just like designing, I made a couple of designs and nothing crazy, never got it off the ground. So boom, I graduated high school, and you know, online business was always a thought in my head, and there's always things that I can't even say I really tried, right? Like it's just, I barely got my foot in the door, and I didn't really even try, but it was something like I always had that mindset in the back of my head, right? Actually, my freshman year too, kind of going back a little bit. It's funny. Speaking like entrepreneurial mindset, I remember I used to sell. I was one of those people too. I remember I would go to the grocery store, buy a big old bag of chips, bro, and I would like resell them at school. So that's how you know I really had that mindset. But boom, I graduate high school, right? I haven't done no type of online business. There's been like stuff that I've looked at and dabbled in, but nothing like I really committed to. So I graduate high school and I'm going to community college. I wanted to be a physical therapist. That was kind of like always my thing. So I want to be a physical therapist. I go to community college. First semester is sweet, bro. I'm taking a bunch of like BS classes. So I'm thinking, oh, no, this is light, right? I'm taking like tennis, communications, just like a bunch of like easy classes, right? So I had like a pretty good GPA, but mind you, like these are light classes. I wasn't taking nothing crazy. So that's first semester. Second semester, I started to get into more of like obviously for like to be a physical therapist, it's heavy on the science. So I started getting into like chemistry, statistics they had me taking. So like more difficult classes, right? And there was a time where I was like really dedicating myself. Sorry if y'all can hear that plane. But there was a time where I was really dedicating myself, bro. I'm not gonna lie. And I remember being in school, so being a physical therapist, obviously you need to be a doctor, right? You need your doctorate degree. So I'm like, man, like I'm in school, bro. I'm low-key getting whooped by this chemistry class. And then I'm in like, what really like threw me off too, bro, I'm in this statistics class learning like straight BS, bro, that I'm like, man, I'm never going to like ever use this in my lifetime. Like, what am I doing here? Right? So I'm just like, man, I'm kind of stressed out. And I remember going to my counselor, and this was like that moment for me. I remember going to my counselor and like kind of getting a glimpse of like what classes that I had left and like what it was going to look like for me to graduate from the community college and then kind of move on to a university, right? Which is only 2 years, bro. I still had like another 4 to go, right? Like it's like 6 years. So I remember she shows me the list of the classes I have to take, and bro, I seen that and I was like, yeah, nah, I'm good, bro. I had to take like, I think 2 more chemistries. I hadn't even taken bio yet, so I had like 3-4 more bios to take. And I just remember being like, yeah, nah, this ain't gonna cut it. Like, this is on, like, I'm gonna have to do this for 6 years, right? And then not get a job for 6 years. Like, it didn't make sense in my head, bro. And then I'm like, I'm taking all these classes that are never going to benefit me, right? Like, it just didn't make sense to me. If it was a thing to where, like, okay, I could have just gone straight into the PT program, like, off rip, then things probably would have been different, right? But I was like, bro, it don't make sense. I gotta do all these 4 years of prereqs, and it was gonna be so much money. I was like, bro, it don't make sense, right? So then that was kind of like, boom, that's like after community college, I was like, okay, yeah, nah, like I gotta find something else. So I started looking into accelerated programs, right? Basically programs where you could just go like the 2 years and you don't need no prerequisites. But the thing about these programs, they're like dummy expensive, right? Like $75,000, $100,000 that you would be in student debt. So that was another thing, right? So I remember checking one out to be a PTA, a physical therapist assistant. Assistant, mind you, like you are capped at an assistant. Like once you get that in that job, the only way to get a pay raise or to actually like increase your rank is you would have to go back to school to become a physical therapist. So like you're capped, right? And that just shows you I was so desperate to just get into something, and I felt so lost, and I just wanted to get on something so quick. So I go to the PTA school, I check it out, I ended up liking it, and I don't know what I was thinking, bro. As a PTA, you're not making nothing crazy, bro, and like I said, you're capped there. And I was this close, like, to actually going all in. Loan was ready to go. I would have been like $75,000 in debt. Loan was ready. All I had to do was show up to orientation. That's it. Like, everything was ready to go. I already I got accepted. Obviously, they gonna accept you, nigga. You paying 75 bands. But, I went, I wrote like a little thing, boom, they accepted me, and it was ready to go. Like, all I had to do was go to orientation. And this is a pivotal moment here, bro, because if I would have done this and if I would have committed to this, my life would have been completely different. Like, literally, like the course of, like, the trajectory of my life would have went in a completely different way. Because now I would have been, it's not just like, okay, now I'm committed to a $75,000 student loan. I'm in school, right? So now I have to actually dedicate my time to school, and I would have never found what I got into. How I got into the online space, which I'll touch on. So that was a blessing. And honestly, I can't really pinpoint what exactly it was. But I remember just being like, man, like just kind of feeling unsure. And I've always been super into fitness, right? So another big thing to me was like, okay, I could become a personal trainer, kind of open up my own, I've always wanted to open up my own gym. I will open up my own gym. That's something that is going to happen, Lord willing, right? And I thought I always had, okay, I could do personal training, open up, like have my own, like rent out my own facility, have my own clients type of thing. So I was kind of going back and forth with that. And then I just decided, you know what, I don't think I'm gonna go through with the PTA, which is like the best decision I've ever made. So I ended up not going through with that. Now I'm in a weird position where I'm just working. I'm working at Farmer Boys at this time, which is fast food. So I'm just working fast food. I'm not in school. I'm like, what do I want to do? So then I started looking at radiology, right? Something in the medical field again. I started looking at this 2-year program, and that would have been like 100K plus in debt. And mind you, I mean, like a radiologist, you could make some good money, right? Doing like MRIs and, you know, obviously CAT scans, all that stuff. You can make some solid money, but, you know, I was going to commit to that, but that one was just too expensive. I've never really got in the door with that one. I was kind of thinking about it, but then I'm like, man, like, I don't know, right? So I'm kind of just in this weird position at this point, right? This is probably like early 2025. I'm in this position where I'm not in school. I'm just working. And then I'm working on getting my certification to be a personal trainer as well on the side. So that's kind of like all that I got going on, right? Nothing too crazy. So boom. I ended up getting a job offer. It's crazy. I'm working fast food and some dude comes in through the window, bro. And I don't know if, I think he was a regular or something, and he seen me. And I've been at that job for a minute, since I was like 16. And mind you, I'm probably like 19, 20 at this point, about to turn 20. So I've been there for like 4 years, bro. And I mean, I've always been a solid worker. Obviously it's fast food, it's easy, but like I've always been the type, like, you know, with whatever I do, I'm gonna do it like diligently, right? So boom, he pulls up through the drive-thru and he ends up offering me a job through the drive-thru, like straight like that. He tells me 25 an hour. And you know, back then, like, bro, being 19, about to turn 20, like just got out of school, 25 an hour. He says Monday through Fridays, weekends off. You know, 25 an hour is like, bro, what? Like, that's good. And you know, the position that I was in, living at home. So I'm like, okay, like, let me go check this out. He's like, yeah, come, like, pull up, check us out. It was like down the street from my fast food job. It was like a warehouse job. They basically like remanufactured truck parts. I would be working in the office, super cool. I go down there, basically just offers me the job. I'm like, hell yeah, like I'm making 20 right now, 20 an hour right now, working fast food. He telling me I'm work Monday through Friday, have my weekends off, work in the office. Like, if, you know, I was like, of course, like that's a no-brainer. So I ended up taking that job, and boom, I took that job, right? Good benefits, like, you know, what you would say a comfortable job. I would say like a week after that job, or maybe it may have been a little before I took that offer. Nah, I want to say like a week after that job is when I stumbled across high ticket sales. Now, I want to say I stumbled across high ticket sales actually earlier in February when I was still working at Farmer Boys, but I didn't take action, bro. And that's why I stress to you guys, if there's something you want to do, like, take action immediately, because you never know, like, the time that you wait, bro. Like, if I would have gotten into high ticket sales when I first saw it and when I wanted to back in February, bro, I would have been in a way better position way sooner, bro. And so boom. And February, I had looked at the high ticket sales and how I came across it. So I had grown up with my homie. His name was Jordan, right? I had grown up with him, went to elementary with him, super cool with him. That was like my dog, right? Middle school, we played football together. His pops coached me, and he had 2 older brothers, right? Shout out to my boy Benny and Danny. And both played like a super like pivotal role in my success, bro. So I had seen Benny, I followed him on Instagram, right? And I seen him posting stuff and just like money made, cash collected, like all this stuff, right? And I've always been the type, bro, like, for me, it's like, if I see someone that I know or I know of, or like, you know, I know who you are and I seen you making money online, I'm the type like, yo, bro, like, not even like, yo, bro, just put me on, but like, how can I learn? How can I do what you're doing, right? So I seen he was posting, and I'm like, man, like, what is this guy doing? Like, I know him, I know his brother, like his old fam, his dad coached me, right? So I'm like, man, like, if he's doing it, you feel me? Like, well, look, I got to see what he's doing. So I ended up hitting him up, and I was like, yo, bro, like, what are you doing? Blah, blah. Ended up applying. And then his brother Danny calls me, right? At the time setting me, but I didn't even know whether the setter or close. I didn't know what he was, but he called me like on a setting call, tried to qualify me. Boom. So at the time, I didn't have the funds like for the program, right? But I had talked to my pops. Pops is super supportive, and another reason why I'm in the position I'm in right now. Pops super supportive, and I was like, hey, like I want to. And he knows who they are because you know his pops coached me. So he was very familiar already. So that helped a lot, right? It wasn't just like some random people. So I basically told my pops like, hey, can you go half on me, like half with me, and help me out? And he was like, yeah. So he told me yeah, but then it was me kind of lacking. I lacked for like 2 months and I never got started, right? So fast forward, boom, now I get this job. Now I'm working this job at this office, right? And I had hit up Benny, and I finally pulled the trigger, right? I finally get started. I ended up investing into the program to learn how to do sales, to learn how to do high ticket sales, right? Now, the timing was bad because like if I was still at Farmer Boys, easy decision, bro. I'm fast food, like easy job, bro. I quit and go all in, right, immediately. But I had just gotten this job in my eyes, which was like a good job at the moment, so it was like a hard decision to quit that and go all in, right? So I'm doing high ticket sales, and I was blessed, bro. Like I could have got in, if I would have got in earlier, I would have made even more money, but I still got in at a good time to where like I think my first 2 weeks into high ticket sales, I made around like $900 setting. And that was like crazy, bro. That when you touch that first amount of money online, bro, it like flips a switch in your brain. You're like, wow, like this is possible. Like when you see that hit the account, there's no other feeling like that first dollar online, right? So boom, and I'll never forget, bro. This is like another like pivotal moment, bro. So I'm doing setting, right, and I'm out, right, with my shorty at the time, and we getting dinner or food or something. I think we was getting lunch, right? And Benny ended up texting me like, yo, bro, you cooking, like you up 500 today. And I'm like, what? I look at my phone, 2 of the deals I had said had closed. So I'm up 500 profit, sitting down, eating lunch, like chilling. So I'm like, bro, it just like sunk in. Like I just made $500 from my phone, out and about, like eating lunch. So I'm like, oh, bro, this is like next level, bro. Like I'm literally walking around. I think it was at the mall. I'm walking around the mall like in shock, bro. Like I'm like, what? It's like, yeah, I just came off of 500, which is crazy. And then my first sale too, I'll never forget my first sale, bro. I was literally sitting, I just finished at the gym. I was like at AutoZone grabbing something. I'm in a parking lot, right? And my boy Dev, who I still super cool, shout out Dev, bro. He was the first closer who ever closed one of my deals, and I remember I sent him some, and he texted me or he typed in the Discord. It came through, it closed, and I'm sitting there in the parking lot like, man, I just made like 250 bones. Like it just really sunk in, bro. So that was kind of like the journey working up to it. But fast forward to July, super pivotal moment, bro. So I'm working this job, but then I'm trying to do setting on the side, right? Which is like, if you know you can't chase 2 things at once, bro. Like if you got to go all in to see the results, right? And I was cooking, bro. I was grinding. I'm not gonna lie. I was working this job 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. I would wake up, bro, at like 2, 3 in the morning to dial East Coast leads, because I was in Cali at the time. I would wake up that early to dial East Coast leads before work. On my way to work, I'm like on my phone texting leads. I would hit like the dial and hang up method to claim them, and then like continue to text them. I'm at work like with my phone texting leads. I go hop out of the office real quick, dial on my lunch break, dial. And I love the gym, bro. Like love the gym. That was like and still is, bro. That's like my biggest passion. And that's how you know I was locked in. I completely cut the gym out, bro. I would get off of work at 4 p.m. I had no time for it, bro. It was money time, right? So I would get home and just get to it, just grind on the phones until I went to sleep, wake up, do it again. And I'm damn near working 2 jobs. I am working 2 jobs, bro. It's literally, and I had a shorty at the time too. So then now it's like I still obviously had homies, and I sacrificed all that, bro. Like time with my shorty, I'm like, yo, like look, like I gotta get to this with friends and stop hanging out with friends. Like it was just like, bro, I was like, I have to make this work, right? So why I say July is a pivotal moment is because in July I had hit, I think, a 5K month, but it was 2K on the side off of setting, and then 3K is like what my job paid me. And at the time, bro, 5K a month was like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy, bro. Like 5K a month. You know, 5K was just like a lot at that time, bro. So I'm like, man, like this is dope. But then the thing is, with setting, it would get slow sometimes, and you know, you kind of have your doubts. Like anything with sales, right? You know, sometimes it's not the most consistent, so it'll kind of get slow. And then I was like, So July, I go on this family trip, bro, to Tennessee. I'm with my fam. I'm not really working, and I remember getting back, and they were kind of leaning down the team. And Benny basically, he calls me into a Discord call. And bro, this is the best thing that anyone has ever done for me, or one of the best things, right, that anyone has ever done for me, bro. And this man plays a huge role, bro, into where I'm at right now. And I'm not even trying to glaze, bro. And obviously, I put in the work. I kept God first and all those things. But you know, one of those like key factors to my success, bro. Because if I never saw his content and he never pushed me the way he did, bro, I don't know where I'd be. So he basically calls me, and they're like leaning down the team, and I was still a dog, and he knew that, but I was like, you know, half in, half out, still working his job. And bro calls me and basically tells me straight like this, like, yo, Ant, like, you either quit your job, bro, and go all in on this, right? Or unfortunately, we're gonna have to let you go. So I'm just like, damn, right? And up until this moment, bro, I'm not gonna lie, like I'm telling you, that's the best thing that could have been done for me, because up until this moment, the sales was a little slow, and I had it in my mind. It was like a limiting belief, bro. I don't know why I thought like I don't know if I didn't think I had the potential to become a closer, if I wasn't gonna become a closer anytime soon. But I was thinking, you know what, man, like I think I'm just gonna keep this on like a side type of thing, and you know, continue to work this job. Like I didn't have it in my mind to, like, honestly, bro, I don't know if I was just gonna quit, like that really pushed me, bro. Because then he hit me with that. I'm like, okay, bro, like, am I really, you know, that job was comfortable at the time, but I'm like, bro, like, am I gonna stay and work this job and give up this opportunity to make money online, bro, and not take a risk, not take a bet on myself? So I ended up quitting the job, bro. I ended up going all in, and like I said, he had that trust in me, and I had that trust in myself and my ability to make it happen. So I quit. I went all in on setting, and everything changed there, bro. I went on all in. That was like late July, or I quit after I came back from my vacation. I quit, boom, and I was only working there for like 3 months. I had quit, and I went all in on sales, bro, and it just went up from there. And then shout out to bro too. I'm telling you, bro, I'm not even trying to glaze, bro, but then boom, like, I'm working as a setter, and like I don't know why I didn't have it in my like head to become a closer anytime soon, but it basically hits me, I think, like a month after I quit my job. I'm working at setter, I'm cooking, and he's like, yo, bro, like we want to train you as closer. So I'm like hyped, like that came out of nowhere. I was not expecting it at all, right? Like I didn't expect to become a closer anytime soon. So bro hits me with that, and I'm like, oh hell yeah, bro. So boom, long story short, I get trained as closer, and I mean, bro, that's all she wrote from there, bro. As soon as I got in the game, bro, and I'm not even trying to like hype myself up. As soon as I got in the game, bro, I started cooking, bro. I got in. I think my first month closing was like in August. I was like top. Like I remember the offer was slow, and I was banging them out, bro. I remember sale after sale. I started off hot, bro, and I never cooled down. Like that's the thing. When you get hot, bro, you cannot cool down. Like you got to keep that momentum going. You got to keep your foot on the gas. So I got hot as soon as I got in the game, and I never cooled down once, bro. August, boom, went crazy. September, we had an event. I think I was like just shy of my first 10K month, and that's when me and my boy JT, my business partner now, we moved out to Miami. That was a whole thing in itself, bro. Shout out to Pierre, shout out to Benny, all the guys who they was already out here in Miami, bro. And I remember seeing them out here, and I'm like, damn, bro, like, you know, that's dope. And they had like this thing where they had like all the sales reps come out to Miami. We ended up coming out to Miami. This is like in August, and we just fell in love with it, bro. And me and my boy, we both had girls at the time, bro. And obviously our whole life is in Cali. But me and him were on the same mindset, bro, and we're just like, we have to, bro. Like this is what is going to take us to the next level. And we were not in the financial position to move out here. My bro, see, this is a real nigga, bro. This nigga sold his wit to come out here, bro. Like that, sold his car to come. Like, how many of y'all niggas really doing that though, bro? This nigga sold his wit, bro, to come live out here, bro. And then me, I had a little bit of chicken stacked away, but bro, not even, I don't think I could even cover 2 months of rent. Like, it was like, bro, Like, and then we had to get co-signed for the spot. We wasn't even in a position where we were making enough to like get it approved like on our own. Like, bro, I'm telling you, we took a crazy risk, right? And then obviously Pops, my fam, is like, oh, are you sure? Are you sure? And you know, they're always super supportive, but of course as parents, right, you want what's best for your child. And to them, it's just like, bro, you just started this. Like, you know, if it's like, you know, sales could be inconsistent, but we was like, nah, bro, we making this work. So we left everything, bro. Like shorties, friends, family, bro, just boom, just did it, send it. We was out here visiting. The next 2 weeks we was moving in, bro. Just like that, move with speed. And the most successful people, bro, they move with speed. We was like, nah, we not waiting on this. We move it. We getting this done ASAP, bro. I'll kid you not. We was out here visiting. 2 weeks later, we was moving into our spot, bro. Like literally bags, everything from Cali, bro. One-way trip out here, bro. And we was in Miami just like that, bro. And ever since we made that move, it just skyrocketed, bro. I was top closer 4 months in a row on the offer. Hopped on another offer, was top closer there, bro. And just built up, kept stacking my skill set. Bro, I grew so much, like self-development, bro, self-discipline, just mastering my mind, getting close with God. So it was honestly the best thing that I could have done, bro. And it was just, oh my gosh, it was just elevated us so much. And then kind of fast forward to now, maybe like 2 months ago, back in June, I had quit sales to go all in on my business. Me and my business partner, my dog, we went all in on our agency that we're doing right now. And kind of how that stemmed, we actually invested into like a program for that back in December. And we was kind of trying to do the two things at once, bro, but that's never gonna work. So it was a minute that we was in that program. We were trying to do it on the side, but like we didn't know what we was doing. We wasn't focusing, like we wasn't all in and immersing ourselves like you have to be if you want to succeed, right? Because if you're trying to do two things at once, you are always going to get beat by the person who is focusing on one, right? Like always, you're never going to win that battle. So 2 months ago, we decided like, you know what? We stacked up some chicken from sales. We've been wanting to do our own thing, and sales is cool, bro, but you just don't have time freedom at all. If you want to be a top rep, right? If you want to like slack off, but me, I'm the type, bro, it's impossible for me to block my calendar off. Impossible. Like for me to miss out on money, impossible. Like I was working, I had my calendar, bro. I had my calendar always open. Like the setters could always count on me. I was always that guy. Like, yup, let me get it, bro. Like I could never. Like I just hated the thought of blocking off my calendar, and someone else gets that call, and I lose out on some money, right? And then, hey, call that selfish, bro, but that's how I got number 1 5 times in a row, bro. Because I just did the most volume, and then I mastered the skill set, bro. And you match volume with skill set, and I mean it's over, right? So, boom. So I ended up just getting nice with that. And so yeah, we invested into that mentorship. And then 2 months ago, we're just like, you know what, bro, we got to go all in. Went all in on the agency, and it's been a blessing ever since, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, there were, some ups and downs and stressfulness and setbacks, and thinking, man, did I make the right decision? And did I do the right thing? And bro, man, but it's all coming together now and starting to see the fruits of our labor. And it's cool because now I'm back in that mode, right? When I was in sales, that's another thing I wanted to get out of my comfort zone. When I was in sales, bro, I was comfortable, right? I was making 10, 20 bands a month, bro. I was comfortable. I had a good role. I was the top guy, right? Like if I wanted to, bro, I could BS and just show up on a call, and I could rely on my skill set to just get some easy chicken, bro. Like I started getting out of my comfort zone, especially as of recently in sales, right? The past couple months, it was just like, okay, boom, hop on a call. I'm confident in my skill. I'm gonna hop on a call, close this nigga, get some easy chicken. That's it, right? But now it's like, okay, now I'm back in that building stage. I'm back in square one. So now it's like, okay, now I'm back on I'm waking up at, like, I promise none of y'all outworking me. I can promise you that. I'm waking up at 4 in the morning. You know what? I'm not even gonna say too much, bro. I'm not even gonna say like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing that. Y'all just gonna see. Y'all gonna see. But it's been a blessing, bro. We've been dialed in on the content, on the agency. We about to scale, man. We about to go crazy, bro. 50K a month rev by the end of the year, 1,000%, bro. Lord willing, right? We keep God first, control what we can control, and it's inevitable, bro. It's going to happen. So that's kind of my story, bro, from going to high ticket sales and then getting into our own business. And biggest thing I could tell you too, bro, I kind of didn't mention this throughout this process, but bro, I've invested like probably 20 bands in education, bro. whether that's sales education, a couple mentorships for the business that we're doing now, like an AI education for more like AI and automations and stuff like that, bro. So invest into yourself, bro. Invest into yourself. Educate yourself. Build that skill set. If you are the type of person who thinks that courses and education is a scam, you are completely cooked, bro. You are completely cooked, and that's why you're stuck. That's why you're stuck. Like, you have to invest into education, bro. Like, skills literally pay the bills, bro. There's nothing else to it, right? Like, the reason you're not in the position that you want to be in right now is because you don't have the skills. There's a knowledge gap there, and all you have to do is separate that knowledge gap. What's the best way to separate the knowledge gap? Learn from someone who has the knowledge and has a skill set, right? And cut that process down, right? Time is way more valuable than money, bro. You could always make money. You could always get money back. You cannot get your time back. Would you rather like get somewhere and learn by yourself in 3 years, or invest into something and learn in 6 months, right? It's a no-brainer. So that's a little spiel. I know I've been yapping, but that's kind of my story. So now it's just full focus on the business, right? I was able to, learn the sales skills. Now I'm learning marketing skills. Now I'm actually talking to bigger, B2B clients, founders, CEOs of $1 million companies. Bro, I'm learning so much. So it's been a blessing. Just keep God first. I know he's going to continue to provide, and just trust my process, trust the work that I'm putting in every day, and I know it's going to work out. But if you got this far, man, I appreciate you. I love you. Just know whatever you could do, you could do it. It's just you stopping yourself. You have to remember that. It's literally no one else but yourself. If you're not where you want to be, it's because of you, bro. It's not your situation, your circumstances, the people around you. It is because of you. You have to lock in, and once you realize that, everything will change. But yeah, I appreciate y'all. If y'all mess with the video, feel free to drop a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll drop my Instagram in the bio or in the description. And yeah, but I'm gonna start trying to shoot more content like this, bro. I was doing the daily vlogs, bro, but that low key, that gets hard, bro. I'm like, I want to keep the main thing right now, bro. And I feel like that could sometimes turn into a distraction. So I feel like that's not at the top of the list right now. So maybe more structured videos like this. But y'all let me know. Like I said, I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a blessed one.